Hi, fifth grade. A couple of you are asking me about student progress and your grades and how you see those things. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to check for that. And I'm using a feature that I have where I can pretend, not really pretend, but I can see what it looks like for you. It's not me hacking into your account, it's just a feature that Schoology has. There's a really loud bird outside my window. I may have to do something about that, like close the window in a minute. Anyway, so again, I'm not hacking into your account. I can't see any messages that you've been sent or anything like that because it still technically is my account. But I can see what it looks like for you, which is really helpful when you say, well, Mrs. Cannon, this is what I see. I can see exactly what you're talking about. Sometimes it's a problem I can't fix, but somebody else can. Anyway, so you guys have been asking, how do I see my grades? How do I see my student progress? So I'm going to show you with OSMAR because OSMAR is almost completely finished with everything. But there's one thing that he hasn't been able to, and there's a reason behind that. But then I'll show you exactly what you need to do, okay, and exactly what it looks like. So when you log in and you go to materials, which is where all of your work is, you can click on this button that says student progress. Okay. And even before that, what you can do is you can scroll down and you see how there's complete check marks. That means everything that's in that folder from that week is done. Osmar is like going above and beyond, guys. He's completing absolutely everything. He just wants to get it done. That's who Osmar is. So I'm really, really proud of him. Like, boy, I've always loved you, but goat. So there is something that he hasn't, and again, it's not his fault. Like there's a Schoology issue that a couple of you have been having. Hugo's had the same problem. I know that Sophia and like Miss Kidwell has had that same problem. Louise is currently having that problem, trying to fix it. But then you can see an example of how do you know when something is missing. So when you click on student progress, it shows you across from your name exactly how much you have completed. And Osmar has completed 94% of his assignments. That's not his grade, that's his completion rate. And what you are looking for is 60% at least. And if all you're doing is 60%, and especially if you're someone that school's hard for you, like reading is hard for you, math is hard for you, like you are always asking for help, and school, like you have other strengths and things that you're good at. But school might not be one of those things, and you're like in the 65% range, I'm not going to come for you. Like that's what you're doing right now, especially if I know that stuff at home is maybe not so easy. But if you're someone who at school is always getting A's and B's and you're living in like the 55-60% range, that might come for you. But anyway, Osmar has 94%, and you can see next to these 2 weeks, he's done. That's done. But in this week, which is the week that we're in right now, he isn't completely done, and he's completed 84% of his work. So when I click on that folder and I scroll down, what hasn't he completed? So then there's check marks next to day 1, he's done. Day 2, he's done. Day 3, he's done. But Thursday, yesterday, he's not. So what hasn't he finished? He watched the video of how to submit in Schoology. Maybe that's why he's been so successful. But reading, he hasn't. He hasn't done anything in reading. And again, he's had a little bit of an issue with reading. So that's not on him. So when I click on that folder, what hasn't he finished? He hasn't quite finished Lexia. It says in progress. So he's logged into it. He's looked at it, but he hasn't finished it, if that makes sense. He hasn't finished with the directions, and he hasn't done or hasn't been able to do the red and blue group stuff. And even if I click on that, because it's a folder, it shows exactly what it is. So he's in progress with all of this. It's been giving him some issues. That organizer, a couple of you have said, I'm trying to view the organizer, I'm trying to do it, and it's not working. It's not you. Like, it's not your fault. It's a Schoology issue. Again, it's an issue that a lot of fifth graders are having. It's not just you. And it's not something that we've done. It's a Schoology thing. Mr. D's been on the phone with him a lot trying to figure it out. So it says in progress. So I can see when you've opened it. He's opened it. He can't see it. So I can see when you've opened it and what it is that you need to do. So let me get out of this so that you can see, because this is telling me that I'm going to be done in 20 seconds. If you want to see your grades, I'm not going to do this for OSMAR, but click here where it says grades, and then you can see the grades you've gotten on everything. Hope that answers you guys.